We're going live, people.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I guess.
All right, positions, everyone.
What other like goal
Well,
objectives do
we're
we
gonna
have?
say, go to the Turtle Tribe, then go to the Mountain Lion Tribe,
Mhm.
and drop off the shards on the way, and then maybe find the what was it, the
We gotta talk
Sky
to the
Shard
we gotta
in
talk
that
to the
area.
hyena and boar tribe too.
Yeah. So yeah. So then we go to the Mountain Lion Tribe, and then go to the Boar Tribe, then go down to the Bear Tribe, and then go and see about what was it, Poison Fang, and then back to ours, and like then maybe attack. So we
Alright.
get everyone in the loop.
Big journey then.
It is,
Yeah.
of course, dependent on how long that journey takes.
And whenever and there's just 100% going to be like interruptions to that. So
Yeah,
Definitely.
but that's like the overall
That's just
goal of
us.
what we're going with now. Yeah.
Anyway,
Things may go awry, but that's the plan at the moment.
Yeah.
I would also like to point out that it will potentially take weeks because you're going through land that does not have paths most of the
Yeah.
way.
That's fine.
Yeah. That, just saying that's our goal at the moment.
no roads means slow travel.
We need to find a person to send a message to the West Hold, and then
Yeah.
as we're making our way up to the Snapping Turtle Tribe, take a pit stop to Yidra so I can talk and get my situation figured out, and then we beeline it to the Snapping Turtle Tribe.
Okay. Yeah. That probably be this session, and then go from there. Yeah.
Because in all honesty, if without Spirits knowing what the fuck's going on, that's going to be a lot of issues later if we don't settle that now.
Yeah. No, that needs to be settled.
You also kind of promised.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was also told that I had to meet Yidra, so this is a full necessity. That's why we need to send a messenger up to the West Hold.
Yeah.
A messer.
Bare necessity.
Messenger. Fuck you. Am I slurring my words already?
How many drinks are you in?
I took a 4-hour break.
It's good.
And this is about my
Are you
first drink
drinking
right
for
now.
him, Ryan?
I'm drinking with him.
We are drinking together, thank you very much.
Yes. Just on the other side of the world.
It's the only way to stop us from trying to
Actually,
kill
you
each
guys
other.
are actually, you guys are closer to each other than either of you are to me. So
Well,
Well, actually, no. That's not entirely true.
we'll look that up later.
yeah.
Because he's on the other side of America. I'm closer to LA. Than
I'm further away from LA.
he's on the other side of America.
I got anything that.
It doesn't
Anyway.
matter. Let's start
We're
this
good to
goddamn
go.
session already.
Let's start.
Take it away, pass.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to today's session of Songs of Uthmar, where we today will see if their plans can be sustainable or if it will collapse in their absence. But also that we will be getting a recap by our own storyteller, so to speak, today of Avis.
Hello.
Too cute.
Yep. All right. Last time was session 83. Arriving at the forge, Uka begins strapping Igor into the brand new armor she made for him. He's hesitant to accept because he doesn't want to keep owing more debts, but Uka insists it's a gift to him as her chosen family. They talk a bit about family and how confusing the Nova family has become, and about to become even more so now that he's going to be chieftain. While Spirus and the Elder Council sit down in his audience chamber, Lena comes in and reports that Jarek Wolfsheart did not survive his wounds. She's dismissed, and the council convenes with Spirus on a few matters. First is the overpopulation of the cave, and has led to safety issues. So the suggestion suggestion is made to move the main tribe to the Great Sister Tree to serve as the new base of operations, centralizing its command, trade, and diplomatic functions. Number 2, the accumulation of encampments under Spirus' control means he will become High Chief. He needs to delegate the leadership of each individual encampment and give the tribe as a whole a new name. 3. Plant produce has been greatly increased due to Spirus' efforts, but they currently don't have the storage capacity for all of it. A suggestion is made to use part of their excess as a tribute to friendly tribes. Number 4. Their gear is improving too slowly, only one person at a time, so it's advised to entice more tribesmen to learn metallurgy. Number 5. Their transport of goods is too slow and taxing. Spirus suggests using the unbound wolf pups as beasts of burden in the future, but a more immediate solution is needed. As the discussions adjourns, some of the influential families of the tribe come in and wish to present potential wives to him. As the women stand before him, attempting to seduce him, he selects 4 women to be taken into his new tent for consideration. One of them is Yarek's daughter, and another is Jimny. After he concludes the selection, he heads back out towards the tribe entrance to meet up with the rest of the party. At the Great Sister Tree, Sheila continues talking with Avis about Spirus and how she's interested in him. Avis explains that he's become the new chieftain and what has become of him during the battle. So Sheila quickly grabs her things and takes Avis back towards the deer tribe, hoping it's not too late to shoot her shot with him. When they arrive, Avis overhears that he's already selected a few of them, so Sheila gracefully saunters over to him as he shows up at the tribe entrance and presents herself as another potential wife. She effortlessly wins him over and they kiss, officially making her the 5th candidate. While Sheila clings to him, Avis explains the situation with Magena and warns him not to touch her or water and go visit Yggdra so she can examine him. Having completed Yggdra's request, Avis then has a long talk with Igor about the repeated vision he's had and how it affects their relationship. He's hesitant to make her the promise not to take more wives because if he doesn't, she'll be upset with him. But if he does, and fate makes him break that promise, she'll be even more so. Igor explains that he feels just as strongly about her as he does about Isari, and it may help her understand her feelings if Avis talks about it with her other bonded partner. Conversation is saddening to Avis, but she appears to understand his stance and walks off, having some things to think over. Rioth makes another potion, goes to talk with Dismas about their experiences with the Serpent Tribe. He examines her scars and explains he's looking at her story. Dismas explains she was born there, unlike Rioth, who was taken in. He spots some scars that are unfamiliar to him and inquires about them. Dismas then tells him she's given birth before and her son is still with them, but she'll get him back eventually. Rioth offers to help her with that, and she appreciates it. They make their way back to the tribe entrance while talking about Rioth's wolf form along the way. As the party finally is fully gathered, Uka voices her displeasure of sitting on her hands for so long. She wants some action. Igor explains the Risen situation as told to him by Awas, and Rioth his actual origins, shocking all of them. They discuss what tasks to prioritize, the Western Hold or diplomatic relations, when just then Risen bolts out of the woods, straight towards the tribe. It runs straight into the spikes on a palisade, but quickly dislodges itself. Runs over to the party and hands them a small flat stone with markings on it. As Spirus holds it, the markings light and a visage of Awas appears, speaking to them as if he was standing right next to them. He informs them that the 2 keepers have met up and are engaging in the enemy, but could use some reinforcements. He also congratulates Spirus on his ascendance, not as chieftain, but in power. He voices his troubles with a tribe to the northwest blocking their path, and the party quickly deduces that he's referring to the Snapping Turtle tribe. They direct him to pass the river at a point closer to the center of the valley and head towards the Western Hold. And that was that, and now we're here.
I need more to drink.
Pass. What time was it at the end was it like afternoon sort of thing? Because it was after our fights, and then
It would be the beginning of the afternoon, like after midday, so to speak, at this time,
would
wouldn't
you
it?
think it'd be a bit later because we had like the whole session, like me talking with Dismas and stuff. That would have been a few hours.
A few hours to talk to Dismas? No,
No,
that
no, I'm
didn't
saying
take
like
that long.
after the fight and all that, and then that as well. So
Well, a lot of things were happening concurrently, so or
Right.
not concurrently. We're running at the same time, so technically not much time has passed with
well, I mean
all of us doing something.
the other thing was like him with all the wives and that. I
Didn't
mean
take
that
that long.
would have been like with the meeting and that. Anyway,
Well, you had to go over 80 women,
Fair.
so yes,
Yes.
that probably took a while.
Fair. Pain.
Give me a second, I'm having a coughing fit.
All good. Take your time, boss.
You're
It's
good.
okay. It's okay. Do you think it might be? It doesn't even matter necessarily, but considering what time it might be, that we could probably make it to the to Mayiktra before the evening hits. We spent the night there, and then next morning move towards the Snappy Turtle tribe.
Yeah,
Sounds like a
I'm-
good idea to me.
I am at like 23 health, just so you know.
Perhaps
Well,
even if
we'll
we
be long resting at the tree, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
perhaps even
Well,
depending on how long Mayiktra needs to deal with
I
spears.
mean, if I can do like a short rest and use some hit dice, and then we can go.
I don't
will,
think-
but I'm
I don't-
pretty sure
depending
nothing will
on
happen.
I don't think we're gonna
Depending
be
on
having
how
much
fast
trouble
it's
on that
gonna
path between the tribe and the tree because we've been traveling over it in RP without any trouble.
Right.
And
Okay.
now other people are walking it as well.
Yeah, it's a pretty,
yeah.
it's a fairly
Actually
safe
think-
route, I think.
Depending on how early we're leaving now, and depending on how long Mayiktra needs Spirit to examine Spears for, and whatever else she has planned, we might be able to. You might even be able to push our way all the way to the Mountain Lion tribe before the evening hits.
Well, we were going to go the snapping turtle tribe first, and then
It's still a
cross.
shorter distance from the Mountain Lion tribe than the Great Sister Tree to Snapping Turtle.
Right, but then we've got to go west and then all the way east. I'm talking about like doing it in a line.
Mhm.
But
We'll see what past determines.
I guess before our characters do leave, I'm gonna find somebody to take a message out to the Western Hold.
Mhm.
yes,
Well, Pat's
And of course,
also-
the moment I start playing on stream with you guys, the cat comes over and tries to gnaw my cables again.
that is when you take the
also
cat
you
and
need-
put him in air jail.
Oh wait, yeah, we've got the council in charge. Okay, yeah, never mind. I was gonna say
Yeah.
you have to find someone to leave in
I-
charge.
Yeah,
I've
no,
got a
the tribe is
guy-
not without command. The tribe is not
Yep.
without command.
Western Hold's got a temporary chieftain.
Mm-hmm.
The tribe's got
Yeah.
the Elder Council. So it should be okay.
Technically, Sheila is kind of in charge of the
Mhm, yeah.
encampment by the
'Cause it-
tree.
for now. Yes.
Yeah, because it's basically a druid hangout.
Mm-hmm. Although she's now clinging to you.
I'm not arguing.
You're not complaining.
No.
Okay, you good pass now?
I think he died.
Has the oxygen been able to easily go back into your body, or has it all left?
I am barely hanging on right now.
Take your time. We're not rushing anything. We're being smart asses.
Yeah. You gotta lay off on those cigarettes, man. There's just too many of them.
I actually haven't smoked really at all for the last couple of days.
That's
It's
the problem then.
It's the
Yeah, but the problem is that that's a clear indicator of what his body is currently going through. The moment he lays off the cigarettes.
No, I quite literally didn't have been smoking because I literally didn't have
He didn't have
the
any.
want to.
that's the only reason.
um. Okay, so yeah, we're heading to the tree.
Yes.
I send one messenger out to the Western Hold.
About the skeletons that are gonna rock up.
The Skelly boys, or the Risen.
Try to be
Mm.
very, very clear with that messenger on what exactly they should say.
Yeah. What do you tell him to say?
There's gonna be skeletons coming to the Western Hold. Don't attack them. They're reinforcements. Help them. Not kill them.
Also, what's the leader's name?
I've
Awas Arenme and Whalar.
Hmm. Yeah. So let him know that as well.
okay.
They're the leaders.
There'll be two leaders they want to talk to. Yeah. Two leaders want to talk. Those names that I've already forgotten because fuck me and names.
Do you pass? Did he get the name of the dude that he left in charge?
I did. I
You
don't
did?
remember his
Okay,
name.
Have you got it written down or something?
No.
Oh, lovely.
Rostrum, did you write it down in your recap, maybe?
No. It's not a good sound.
I
You
don't.
okay?
Was
Yeah.
there ever a named mention about that? Cause I don't remember
There
that.
was, but I fucking long since forgot it, and I don't think.
I don't think
Pascal-
it was my Was it my recap that was in?
That
I
was
know-
your recap.
It was around the time that Hangout wasn't around.
I guess I missed it.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
don't
Anyway,
know.
it's like if he doesn't remember it, that's it.
I unfortunately don't remember that guy's name.
Yo, there's a dude.
Hey, dude, how's
The
it
Skelly
going?
boy.
Yo.
It looks like he's breathing, which
So where?
can't be true.
Things are breathing? That's crazy, bro.
Oh,
The
is
Skelly boy.
are the green names like places that are under our control?
Yeah.
Why is... I just now looked at the map.
It's the Skelly boy that represents the Skelly army.
Oh my god, it's animated.
It's animated. That's so...
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It looks like he's breathing.
That's
What?
trippy.
What? What is?
What?
What?
The Skelly boy.
What's wrong with it?
What?
Why
I,
is it
I
breathing?
find it cool, and I was just like,
I thought it's
I'm stealing
interesting.
this token. Animated
at him.
token is a new thing they added to Roll20. I was just like, I'm gonna use it. It's
He's-
in my pack anyways.
Dog, he's just a little guy. Why are you scared of him? Why are you
Dude,
weirded
little
out?
man.
Little guy.
Is he too bony for you?
It's too.
Shut the fuck up, D.
It's too.
Okay, let's go. We're moving to the tree.
Moving on up.
How long does it take again past to get there?
That's fast.
Now that there's a road and that?
Like an hour or so, 2 hours. I think. This is.
I think he might be having another coughing fit.
Give him time.
He's dying again.
The reason why it still takes around an hour is because yes, it's been widened, but that's because that hand carts can be used to drive or be pulled on it. And if two carts meet, they both need to go off the path, like go around because it's only still a one-track path.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Just like a one-lane street with two cars coming in the same direction. Gotcha. Can we get a taxi there? Can someone?
Cease.
I'm
Fuck
just
you.
like in a cart. Someone carries us in the carts.
You timed that way
That's what
too
I meant. Not an
perfectly.
actual car.
Will you stop being lazy? You're the one that's actually a ranger.
You are a ranger.
I'm
This
in.
is wild.
I'm injured. I am injured. Okay.
Bruh. Bruh.
Again, Dismas will just give you a piggyback ride, okay? There,
Perfect.
you happy?
We fixed the
No,
problem.
no, that's not happening.
Oh,
No,
okay.
actually, she's gonna sling you over her shoulder like a sack.
No.
Just gonna hold you by your feet like a bag of
Bag of
potatoes.
potatoes.
Yeah.
Mm.
No.
Just kind of
I
drag
wanna
your face along the floor.
I wanna be like a tuk-tuk, or I'm walking. That's it.
What the fuck?
Like you don't know what a tuk-tuk is?
I don't
Like
know
one
I
of
what
those
it
know.
is.
Yeah, I know what a
I know.
tuk-tuk
I
is.
know.
Yeah.
I just
So
why?
it's that or nothing.
Then you
Right
get
there,
nothing.
Mr. Spoiled.
Okay. Well, fine. Be that way.
I think we have the right to be that way.
Anyway,
If you
we
want
get
to
to
have,
the
if
tree.
you want
We're
to
at
have
the
that
tree now.
sort of transport, go and invent it.
We're at the tree.
Hey, look, we're at the tree.
Wow, it's the tree.
Hey, how about that?
Under the tree, under the tree.
Told you
Wow.
guys. Road was a great idea. And it wasn't even my idea. It was
No, it wasn't even the guy who made it. It wasn't even the idea of the guy who made it.
It was a very upset mammoth.
Rampaging
That-
through the forest.
Yep.
That initiated it. So we go to
As-
see
Yep, there it is.
Yggdra.
As you make it in the last few steps, some of you
Mhm.
who hasn't been here in a while actually get surprised about.
Wow.
Map update.
Oh, well, I would have seen this already because
Wait
I
a
was
minute.
just here.
And
like,
Avis.
the day-
Something's
In the
not
morning.
supposed to be
Yeah,
here.
that's true.
Ah, Munchie is there.
Something's not supposed
actually-
to be here.
Actually, wouldn't they have all seen it pass because they were here for the funeral?
I'm the only one who hasn't seen it.
All
That's
right, your
true,
grave's
yeah.
still here.
Yeah.
We're keeping that, by the way, just as a reminder.
Mm.
Don't ask for
We'll
what.
put him there when he actually dies.
So yeah, you guys were just walking up, and Eager's just wide-eyed.
So yeah, that's your grave.
Huh? Since when was all this here?
Avis, do you fully remember when this was all here?
Oh, a while back.
Yeah, it's for a while.
Well, most of the more permanent structures, like some of the huts and all that, are actually new at the newest editions. Because the straw roofed were the first like semi-permanent structures that were built, thanks to knowledge being shared with the mountain lion. But the other huts here, they're quite new. Like some of them are still like being constructed, like the roof have been built, but they're still working on some of the wall sections. On some of them.
Oh. They look less. They look less like built. They look like less like they were built and more like they were grown.
Ah, yes,
So
druid
it-
stuff.
So it looks like
like it was a grove.
the mountain lion tribe and our tribe are like all combining here.
A little bit.
Coexist.
Right.
Let's remember that this also has become a refuge for most of the escaped thralls.
Refugee.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
I'd like to point out that there are more tents and encampments that are on the map, like because this is like only the
further
center
out.
ring.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there is 2 more rings of just like tents and whatnot.
How many, like out of game, how many people does it look like there's here? Like in game, we know it looks like a lot probably, but like out of game, like a couple of hundred or.
couple hundred of them. Couple hundred of
He says that so casually.
Well, I mean, we had like 300 in the cave.
Then we have like 500.
Barely, dog. We barely understand what math
No,
is yet. We
not
don't even
that
know
many. After-
numbers.
No, I'm talking out of game.
I know. I'm
As
just being
as far
smart
as as far as I remember from past telling us, we were reduced down to 200 after the attack by the Serpent
Yeah.
Tribe.
Which
Yeah, but
was-
we've
Yeah,
also
and then
got a
it
lot
went.
of refugees since then.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we've been repopulating pretty quickly, which is quite the surprise.
So how many does it look like are here?
How is it going actually with the update of your art, Spirits?
Let me double check with them. I think last I talked to them, they said they didn't have a chance to work on it. Let me ask now. All right, now we wait a response. So please continue.
Yeah.
Do you hear my question, Pass?
Sorry, I was distracted by baby.
I
my
was just
fiance.
asking, how many people does it look like are here?
Well, you're actually not entirely sure about giving the tent sizes, how many live in them, and some of these new constructs that have spewed about. You would guess around more than double of what's back in the tribe.
Oh, okay. So like 600 or so.
Very densely populated.
Mm.
But you also have to
No.
remember that most of them are probably guests from other tribes coming here to, pay
Right.
tribute to the holy place like a
So
small pilgrim.
right. So they might not all be staying here. It's just
Mhm.
how many are actually here at the moment. Right. Gotcha.
But you can hear people walking around talking, doing their business. You see religious processions walking through the pathways. Um,
Oh Jesus!
you're not enlarged right now, are you?
What?
She. No,
She
that's
is
because they're getting
large.
large. She's
Yeah.
always large.
She is a
Ah.
giant. She
Oh,
doesn't
right.
just decide that she's short or not.
I forgot that you're giant. Not
That's
gonna lie.
only Uka can do that.
Yeah.
Uka decides when she wants to get big.
Yeah. I assume the offering bowl is currently occupied.
Yes, you can see that there are a small religious procession right now at the altar, and you can see slowly there are different processions walking around the circles, um, around, singing hymns, and you can see the stones that you remember got here starts to glow softly with the hums and the beat of the drums, like they start flashing a little bit
Hmm.
up.
And these stones, they've all got like markings of the different gods on them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Good.
Both gods, the major elements, um, so to speak. It's a
Hmm.
true holy place, but also a place of power.
So did Avis came with us, and Sheila, did she come with us as well?
Well, she kind of has to because she is the leading high priestess
Right.
slash
Right. Of
druid
here.
of the area.
Right.
Let's see here.
Must have probably clung on to Spears the entire journey.
Mm.
Being all
Lovey-dovey.
Mhm.
God, I just imagine Spears' face whilst all that was going. The neutral hall
Huh?
face.
The man's head's filled with so much shit right now.
Yeah. You gotta file that one under deal with later.
A lot of this is filed under deal with later.
Also, is do you already have someone on finishing Sheila's art piece pass?
sadly, we do not. This was just
Quick sketch.
a quick sketch I had made of Sheila back in the day, but the artist never contacted me about finishing, make it into a line art or actually make a proper art piece out of it. So I would need to have someone else take over, but I am talking with potential Void taking over, but again, thank you.
We'll see.
It's a work in
Also-
progress.
Yeah. Also, do we see Spears' quote unquote granddaughters around?
They did come with Avis when she came here earlier, so
Yeah.
I imagine.
Did they
Yes,
stay
Yeah.
here?
do.
Yeah, I believe Maigdra took all of them and retreated into the tree.
Right.
You do see some of them. You saw a couple of them as you entered in, as they were quite literally standing sentinel at the entrance in these grown platforms of branches that are intermingling between some of the trees that have been grown to make a wall.
Ooh,
Oh,
a
right. Nice.
trunk barrier.
Eh,
Well, it's more like a really, really thick brambles and whatnot that's almost impossible to crush through unless you really got something big and heavy that like doesn't care to run through it. But above you have like the big trees where apparently walkways have been grown in between.
Oh, gazebo's on the way.
This place is certainly shaping up nicely.
So these houses that you said the green ones look like they've been grown, and the thatch roof ones look like they've been built by the
It's the
mountain
same
lion tribe.
construction technique that the lion tribe use.
Right.
Like
Gotcha.
build like a scaffold and then you like push bundles of fibrous grass into
Mhm.
tied to it to give like a roof, so to speak.
Yeah. Right. Gotcha. So it's like hay roof sort of thing.
Hmm.
Now that I think about it, might be curious to figure out whether or not the riverside has any reeds.
Mhm. Wait. Reeds. Why?
Yeah, I was very asked why.
Because reed roofing is actually still a modern construction material.
Yeah,
It's very effective at
Huh.
keeping a dry keeping an area dry.
huh.
Right.
Interesting.
A lot of cultural housing is still has a reed roof.
Okay. So we get here.
Yeah.
What do we do?
Well, we wanted Yggdra wanted to have a look at Spears, so
Spirit's just kind of standing there thinking. Seems stuck in his thoughts again.
Oh, she's moving. Also, is Spears getting any weird looks from the people around, considering what he looks like now?
I guess he would be.
Probably.
The man walking
Also,
around
has
on
anything
fire.
caught on fire so far?
Pass. Is everything good? Nothing's catching on fire from Spiros?
Everything is fine. Nothing is catching on fire, but he does get a few off looks, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Like normal spirits wouldn't give a shit about the off looks.
He's been getting plenty of those throughout. He's become numb to it.
Man's still lost in thought.
Oh, she just walks right up to you.
Sounds like something she would do.
You see
Oh,
her golden
I'll just
eye
elbow him.
scanning you, and you see how her hand reaches up to very, very gently and cautiously. She reaches up to touch you.
I feel like based on the information the Spirits knows, I feel like he would be kind of also slowly pulling back.
And then
I know,
she
let me
touches
get out of the
your
way for you.
Oop. What did you say, pass?
and then she like grasps onto you.
Nothing's happening?
Nothing is happening.
She bursts into flames.
I feel like there's that awkward moment where he looks down, looks back up, looks down, looks back up.
And she just smiles and like leans in and kisses you.
And then it's the full body hug.
I was about to say Spirits just outright hugs her because he's just so happy with the fact that he can actually touch them and not have to worry about setting them on fucking fire.
Oh, thank God. Let's hope that Magenta is the same case.
That's a relief.
Idra, how's Magenta doing? She
Okay.
calmed down?
Slightly. She's watching though. She says this with, a slightly, sad expression. And you can also feel that you're being watched.
I'm assuming she's still scared of me.
She is, but I had to prove to her she has nothing to be afraid of with you.
Is there anything I should be worried about now that I'm this?
Well, don't touch us if you're using your power. Because then you're activating your spark. The spark of fire you carry with you.
So, as long as I'm not... Okay, okay.
So essentially,
No spells.
don't cast whilst you're near them.
As long as he wants physical contact with us, he shouldn't cast magic. Because he casts with the spark of the prime flame.
Okay. That's That's good to know.
And us, as she lay her hand towards the center of her chest, our prime spirits of nature, we don't really go well with fire, so to speak.
That would make sense.
But your fire
Yes.
feels so funny.
Funny?
Tingling sensation.
I don't know. Is that a good thing?
I don't know.
I'll walk over and just touch his beard,
It
see what. Does it feel the same?
Rive casually yanks on his face.
As you're touching it, you get this like tingling, warm sensation, like as if it could potentially burn you, but it's not.
I'll just go.
a little warning next time.
It's warm, and then I'll walk away again.
You son of a bitch! I'll beat you.
Are you saying that in game?
No, that is me, not Spears.
Damn, she tried to speak up.
It must have been It must have been whatever channeling of magic you did during that duel that caused Magenta to be so frightened.
That may be the case. Which, if that's the case, I guess I could understand that, because at that point in time, I would have literally been completely more on fire than I already am.
Well, let's be fair. I don't think there wasn't anyone in that scenario that didn't brown their loincloth.
I have no idea what you mean.
It was quite an experience to witness, Spears. You were on the other end of it, but yeah, no, that what happened during that was terrifying.
I don't entirely know what happened. All I knew is that I snapped and decided I wanted to win. I don't know. It's weird. A lot of things happened all at once. Looks at Deacon. Thanks. So wait, if I use any fire magic while I'm in water, does that have the effect I think it's gonna have?
Well, it might not kill you, but it might, make steam, like
Huh.
Do you
make the
think-
water boil.
It might still
you
hurt
said
you,
it-
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it may not kill you, but may hurt you.
Okay. I'll try not to use any magic while I'm interacting with any of my daughter. Well, no, that I'm definitely not doing. I am not going to use magic around my daughters. And I'll avoid using magic near water.
No, no,
Do you think-
you don't need not to be completely submerged in it while using your magic.
Ah.
So
Okay.
you think him
So
just being in
don't
water
cast
normally?
anything whilst you're swimming.
Okay.
At
So you think
least
him just being in water normally is okay?
it should be.
I mean, do you want to test it? Better to be safe than sorry, no?
Why are you
Well,
pulling up the water skin?
When, well, yeah.
There.
Hmm.
You see her do some hand gestures, drawing a circle in the air, and you see, like, beneath your feet, Spirits,
Mm-hmm.
a hole starts to form and fill up with water.
Uh,
And you can feel yourself sink into the hole as it fills up with water. At the same time, and you can just hear the sizzling.
You know, it strangely feels nice.
You got thrown into a into a dunk tank.
Is it just in a bath? So where does the water go up to?
His ankles. It's not that.
Oh, okay.
You know,
It's
the
just a
water strangely
small,
feels nice.
So you seem to warm it. But it doesn't hurt you?
Is it like? Does it feel like the spring back home?
Pass, would that be a reasonable comparison?
You don't have a hot spring at home.
Yeah, it's like a waterfall.
You have a waterfall with a small leg underneath it,
Mm.
wherein you're bathing. You don't have a hot spring.
Is the hot spring is up in the mountain lion tribe, isn't it? Or it was warmer anyway. It wasn't. I don't know if it was a hot spring, but it was
Did-
warmer than our area.
Did Spears get in that water?
Yeah, you did.
No.
Yeah, up there.
I think
you
all of
all
us,
did except for me.
all of us were given the opportunity to wash ourselves.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Eh,
you
okay.
all went in the water except for me.
Pass, would that be a good comparison?
Well, as you're like standing around in it and feel the water, heat up with you standing in it.
Mhm.
It actually feels nice.
Yeah, honestly feels nice.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
Eager,
You won't
dip your
instantly
feet in.
die.
Go on.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Carefully remove my boots and uh, do the tippy toe.
Just a test.
Testing.
It's just a test of a theory.
are you still standing in it, Cyrus?
Yes, I am still
Or did you
standing in
step
it.
out? Okay.
About what level of temperature does it seem to be, Pass? Like comfortable, or is it?
Eager is attempting to pinky toe test it, or tippy toe test it.
The ultimate test.
Has you put in your toe and you feel the temperature? It's this nice warmth it has to it.
It's actually rather comfortable.
Okay.
It's kind of like maybe not like straight up like tea temperature, but it's not like it's like lukewarm either. It's comfortable.
I just wanted to test that theory just in case if maybe me being this may have dulled my, I guess, sense of what's considered too hot.
Yeah, I would advise trying very closely monitor your output.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Takes his toe back out and puts his boot back on.
I get out of the water. Alright.
Now the question is, does Magena have the confidence to approach?
I guess we'll find out. I'm assuming news of me becoming chieftain has spread all the way out here already.
It has.
I assumed as much.
Okay.
That might also be one of the extra reasons why you'd be getting so many weird looks.
Mm.
A guy that is the prime of fire is now our chieftain.
Yeah, not just because you're the first fireman.
He has been blessed by the Prime of Fire because he's been giving a spark of the Prime Fire, so to speak.
Right. Oh, hey, Magenta.
Is Magenta attempting to sneak up, or
Roll me a perception check, everybody.
Natural 20.
amazing? I was waiting for everyone else, so that way I didn't have to hear the consistent beeps from it. 22.
Well,
I think we all see. Oh, except maybe Eager.
Poor Eager.
Eager doesn't, Deacon doesn't, Ryth doesn't, neither does Spirus or Dismas.
Do what? Oh, okay.
Remember, she's an ambush specialist.
That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So her entire strat is stealth.
Avis, you hear like this light thump next to you.
He'll look over.
You're seeing Magenta almost looking ready to jump someone.
Like, as in aggressive?
You're not entirely sure what you're reading here.
Can I make an insight check?
You got this. I believe in you.
You know, the ones I always fail?
You got this. I
miserably?
believe in you. Quit
No,
talking
that's your
down upon
deception
yourself.
checks.
No, but I fail both miserably. Don't try to hype me up.
Last time when
You-
you tried
you
to
did that
figure
with
out what
Dismas.
was being talked about, you did pretty well.
Anyways,
You did that check with Dismas.
So, should I do the check pass?
Oh, wait, that was the perception. Okay.
yeah, he's trying to. They want to
Yeah,
do the
he has
insight.
2 characters right now, remember?
Yeah. No, I thought that he rolled the insight check as Dismas, but
No.
that's alright.
Hello, pass.
Give him time. He might be dealing with Babu right now. You don't
Yeah,
know.
I was just it was Pepper who was talking to me, so we're as I said, roll me an insight.
All right.
Okay.
Hiya.
17. That's not too bad.
Has you see where her eyes are laid on there? They are square on the back of Spirus.
Mm-hmm.
You're not entirely sure if it's an aggressive. That there is an underlying emission of aggressiveness laid to it, but you're not entirely sure in what category. If it's hostile
Right.
aggression or
But she doesn't have any weapons.
Like hostile or defensive?
Avis will just kind of give her a pat on the shoulder.
I suppose you're not going to tell any of us that she's there? What? Latches onto your back.
Why would she? This is funny.
What the fuck? Wait, did she dive hug me again?
I think she did.
She absorbed you.
That's not how that works.
she's rattled to your back, so to speak.
Magenta?
You hear the sound of sizzling.
Hmm?
Like as if something, touches something really, really hot and like evaporating really, almost as instantaneously it touches the surface.
I feel like that's a mild moment. I feel like that's a mild moment of panic going through Spirits' mind when he hears that sound.
No, that's
It's tears
that's
evaporating.
yeah, that's her tears falling onto you.
After, I guess, feeling Magenta get off my back, look towards her.
No, no.
Hmm.
I'm not leaving you. No. She's saying this into your neck. I would like to point out.
Ah,
Oh, so she hasn't let go yet.
I am hard to understand it pass.
I think he said, "I love you."
No, he said, I'm not leaving
I'm
you.
not leaving
Oh,
you.
you're not leaving you. Okay.
Like, I was trying to make it difficult to
Yeah.
hear because that's the fun part of it.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, I fucking don't help me sometimes. It's difficult to hear.
Uh,
So she's still holding onto him, pass.
Yeah, she's still latched on his back, above his hips with her legs, like going
oh,
around, and then
backpack
Her
style.
legs as well. Oh fuck. Okay.
Backpack style,
She
Full
Wow.
body
Okay.
hug.
like the same she did with Aphis.
Yeah.
Yeah, she ain't coming off for a while.
yeah,
I think.
know. Never gonna leave you. And I'm never gonna hurt you. No matter what
Fuck,
form I
okay.
take.
strangely enough, there is also this sweet smell that starts to spread around.
Question mark.
Have any of you
Uh,
actually checked what it is Magina actually cries when she cries?
Probably some kind of
No.
sap.
Mm-hmm.
What's that smell?
Oh, is it nectar?
Yeah.
Bro, she has bees in her eyes.
Shut shut the fuck up.
Excuse me, but bees don't make nectar. Plants make nectar.
Yeah, what do you think bees are attracted to?
Wait.
Yeah,
She
so
likes
she
bees
doesn't
in
have
her
bees
hair.
in her eyes.
Well, they're coming from the nectar, aren't they?
They would rather
Okay.
go for the flowers growing out of her hair.
So are we just leaving her on him?
I think he's not getting rid of her
I don't.
for a
I
while.
don't think
Spirit-
there's much we can do about it. To be
Spirits
Yeah,
honest.
is
no.
not gonna force anything. He's just gonna
He's
let
just
this
gonna
go.
log her. Yeah, he's just gonna be lugging her around for the rest of the day.
Okay. Well, I guess
Get your back reps in.
that settles that.
I am
What do we
chieftain
do
now,
now?
so what time is it again, Pass? Is it about that?
Afternoon.
Yeah.
It's starting to be evening.
It's getting about dinner time, I think.
Dinner is still like an hour-ish away, but with you as the newly proclaimed chief, and you were talking about moving your seat over here, you have the right to find a suitable place to call your own.
Oh,
Well, let's
you
look.
can claim a plot of land to make your new high chieftain's tent.
I guess while I am here,
Hall, really.
you know, I could even have Magenta help me out with picking a spot because they're gonna be attached to me.
I'm gonna go over to Igdra. Let's see. Igdra,
Hmm?
with your tree, are you able to change part of its form?
Not really much. Why are you thinking about?
I just thought if we're gonna have this as kind of the main area, maybe if you could change its form, make a little alcove in the trunk, and maybe form like a seat, and that could be his seat of power.
Hmm.
He's suggesting that she turns one of her roots into a seat for you,
A
like a
throne, if you will.
Yeah.
Mm. I thought maybe an alcove in the like a recess in the tree in the actual trunk, and then have it like the the seat come out of it, sort of
You
thing.
I
do
don't know if
know
you can...
that if I start removing too much mass in the lower tree, as she like points out, and you can see the tree is stretching itself a couple of kilometers into the sky by now.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god!
Remember, this is Yggdrasil.
It is
She okay.
actually Yggdrasil.
The width of this trunk does not give me that idea. Holy
It does
fuck.
not do it justice, no.
No, I know, but I need to compress it a little bit too because I quite literally couldn't
It
make the
won't
map
fit. Yeah, yeah.
fit, so to speak.
Right, yeah, okay. It's yeah. I
I'll
just
say
didn't
what.
expect that. I didn't expect it to be kilometers big.
Hmm.
Well, it is around above a kilometer, so to speak, with
Jesus.
the top.
The canopy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just say to her, I I didn't mean far in, just like enough for a seat.
I mean, would that be a good idea with me being like this? And if I go to cast fire magic, wouldn't that be a bad idea nearby the tree?
Also, if you lose your emotional cool, you might also set me on fire. I would rather not that.
Yeah, I would rather not that too.
But that's fun. I was just a suggestion.
I mean,
I was just seeing if she could do it. That's all.
I think it is in general a good idea to stay away from anything wooden
really?
during your official duties.
What gave you that impression, Eager?
Just a hunch.
Or just a hunch?
But I
Anyways.
could pull out a good couple of stones to maybe have you carve the seat.
That would be nice.
You see some of the roots of the trees starts moving around, and a couple of boulders gets pulled up and like laid loosely on the ground, where after like the earth like closes itself afterwards.
Hmm.
They undug themselves.
Yeah.
No, I used my roots to move the rocks out.
Hmm. There's some moniker of movement that you're able to achieve with the roots, I guess.
Oh, I could move the entire tree if I wanted to, but I don't.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Too much energy wasted, you know.
Hmm.
I mean, you'd know better than any of us.
And I wouldn't, want to, step on someone or something.
Right. Speaking of trees stepping, has has grandfather ever arrived?
Oh, yeah, how is his progress getting here?
Oh, he has rooted himself again east of here, a little bit deeper into the woods to the east.
Hmm.
In this forest.
He was talking about potentially crossing the river, but when he felt the corruption, made him,
Dissuaded him?
it dissuaded him a little bit.
Hmm.
Even though he wants, to protect the growth of the land.
Pass. How when we saw him, how tall was he?
He was like when he out unrooted himself. You're talking
No, no.
about?
When he was rooted, like as a tree, how tall was he? Like a normal
Um,
tree or bigger than a normal tree?
If I remember, you did
uh,
say that he was relatively broader, but I don't know about
Hmm.
height.
I mean, treants are usually the same size as a normal tree because they're supposed to blend in with the forest.
yeah, unless they are an ancient tree, and then they don't care about because they are actually pretty huge because of their age they have grown.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was like really thick, but also slightly higher than all the normal trees around him.
Right, but
Like he
not
was
ridiculously high.
not ridiculously high. He was like
Maybe like
Say like
50%
70,
another
extra,
quarter.
like a
bit,
50% extra length.
yeah, and like
Okay,
five times as thick as any of the other trees around.
okay.
At least that's what you saw of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know about his root system,
Yeah.
Hmm.
but apparently he has rooted himself again. So,
Slowly but surely, he'll be here.
or he decides to stay there.
That works too.
Let's see here. Where is some good music to put on right now?
I'll just say, Yigdra, if we were to travel to him, how long do you think it would take? How close
And
is it?
an hour tops. It is a little rocket because there's no paths like here,
No,
but
that's fine. I was just wondering the general distance he was away. That's all.
for you, since I know what you are, it would take you maybe 15 minutes.
Hmm. Okay. Fairly close.
Hmm.
As you basically are standing there, you just see like a religious procession with music and all that like pass you by.
Hmm.
Hmm. Is it like a large group
Did
or just like a small group?
It's a small group of musicians and a few priests, basically. It's like a wandering band, to play religious music.
that is
Hmm.
actually a fair question. Like, what do we have in terms of primitive instruments?
A few flutes,
Drums.
um,
I assume,
drums.
yeah, I assume leather drums.
You also have a few beginning string instruments, but they are really, really, really primitive. You're like talking like maybe if
Blowing horns?
that too.
Hmm.
Hmm.
The
You also have the tambourine made with shells, for example, or bone pieces.
hmm.
Hmm.
Just waiting for the moment when they manage to create a marimba.
All right, I'm not a
I
very.
totally know what that is.
Yeah, I was very say I'm
That
not a
is
very
a
knowledgeable
that is
person.
a xylophone with wooden uh,
Oh, okay.
tones,
Oh, okay.
Right.
but it still requires a pipe in order to produce the proper sound.
Hmm.
Right. Hmm. Getting quite lively here.
That's good. I mean, you might not like it.
I'm getting used to it.
No, that's good to hear.
I don't like it. I'm just getting used to it.
Well, at least you're getting used to it.
So you're picking out where you're gonna set up.
Yeah. He's fucking gonna walk around with Magenta on his back, because again, I am assuming that she is tightly holding onto my back. And look around.
But there is like music, and you like for real like feel the good vibes that are here as the band like passes you by. Actually,
Yep.
all of you may actually roll me a perception check.
Oh.
Another nat 20.
Another natural 20. What the
Yeah,
fuck,
Jesus.
bro? Quit hogging the naturals.
Good thing Avis isn't coming with us because she's using up all her luck.
have to leave it off with a bang, you know.
Gotta make sure to vanish
She
from the party
has
for
to
a little
see
bit with a bang.
everything.
Make sure I've seen
There
it
is no
all.
hiding, Inger. Don't try.
I'm eager. Don't worry. There's hiding. Trust me.
I can enter your very dreams.
Just never sleep again.
So what do we
It's
see?
become an insomniac. Also, if you look in the VC text chat, that's what a marimba is.
Oh, look at that.
I'm looking, I'm gazing. Oh.
Let's see here. Riot, you pay attention to some things that are starting to happening. Spirits, Avis see everything. Eager, you also pay attention. So does Dismas. You see young women dressed in basically a white cirque
Mm-hmm.
or sark.
What's that?
It's basically a completely white underdress, in a sense, with flower crowns on.
Oh,
As they
okay.
start dancing under the like at the different connection points underneath the tree to the music that is playing.
Right. Place is getting weird.
What do you mean getting weird?
Too happy.
And that's a bad thing.
It's creepy. That's all.
I can agree that sometimes too happy is creepy, but at the same time, what we've had to deal with a little bit more recently has definitely warranted some of this good time.
I guess that's fair. Can we just get away from it?
So,
Well, I mean, would you like to help me find a place to set up? Or find a spot where I make, I guess, where I am going to be?
Sure. Just away from here.
Alright then.
Can we? I guess anyone else that wants to come as well. Can we roll to make like a perception to see like a good area to set up or something?
Sure.
Oh, we're doing another perception.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
we're doing, are we doing checking
uh,
for a good place to build a new?
Actually, that would rather be investigation. Actually,
No!
Investigation, yeah.
I'd say it's either an investigation or nature.
I will. Can we use nature? 'Cause I will
not
use that.
really. Not really in this
Okay.
case.
Well, shit.
No.
Nice spot to set.
Don't worry. I got advantage. I'll carry this one.
Man, I suck.
Eager, probably never say that ever again.
Yes, guys, hold on. The master of nature will just be rolling her check real quick. That's
Hey,
history. Hold on.
Eager, you're allowed to say it again next time. That is fine.
Or investigation actually.
Roll your Oh my no.
Yep, -1. That ain't working.
Where is my investigation? Oh yes, a beautiful
No.
+2. No.
I'm
Yeah,
the same. I got a +2 as well.
This is the complete opposite of last time. And I'm the only one.
Does Magenta want to help out, or are they buried?
I think
in my
Eager
back?
got this.
I got this.
Well,
Good, you-
both Sheila, Yggdra, and Magina would say something close to the center of it, since it is an important building,
Mhm.
so to speak. And there are still a couple of places it could be built.
Knock down those
Uh,
tents. We're building there.
No, Riot. No, that's preoccupied space. That's not how that works. I feel like considering.
The tents
But-
are to be moved, so to speak, because they are just there because there were empty space there when they were set up.
Also, he's the leader. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah.
He's-
I don't think Spears would be waving the fucking stick around like, bitch, please move.
Non-permanent structures are not supposed to be where permanent structures are supposed to be, in a sense. So you do have the right, to say, hey, you families who have these tents here, yeah, I need you to move
I need you
to one of the outer
Just walk up
circles.
and go, peasants, be gone.
I don't think you'll
You're
make a
wrong.
very good relationship with that if you
Yeah,
say that.
no, if
That's kind of why Spears is not going to go for what Ria's saying.
Spears, if you will indulge me, as far as I can tell, if you're planning on having a tent big enough to support multiple groups of individuals conversing, you
Mhm.
probably want a service that is a bit more flattened. So I'd suggest right around this area, the tents are fortunately light enough to be moved. So enough open space can be created there.
No, I guess we'll take.
Also, I don't think it
And
would
it is
be a
also
tent,
not too close to any vegetation.
Then that'll work.
actually. Yeah. I was thinking about maybe like one of these grown huts.
Yeah, no. Remember what we said about
Grown Huts.
yeah.
Looks at you.
yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Holds hand up.
We need
Look at me.
something inflammable.
Well, tents kind of flammable too. So this is kind of hard. Most things are flammable.
Everything is flammable.
Well, actually, it should be made of stone then.
I don't.
We can find a way to make a stone flooring at least.
The whole thing should be stone.
We don't have the resources to build that, or even the understanding on how to build it like that.
I'm just saying it should be made of stone. Otherwise, everything else we have is flammable.
Well, you say that. That's not entirely correct. We
Like-
would be able to make something a little bit more fireproof if we used wetted leather or weathered hide.
So you need to wet it all the time.
That'll take up a lot of resources.
Not this
too.
that difficult to do.
I think we should look into how something could be made of stone. There are a lot of people here. I'm sure someone can think of something.
Oh, Deacon is going for the hobbit hole approach.
I strangely like Deacon's idea. It's not much vegetation underground. A little bit of roots here and there, but that shouldn't be a big issue.
We'll see
Yes,
how.
but most of the supports to keep that entire thing up would also take
They're
up
also
much space,
flammable.
wouldn't it?
So isn't this like entire ground probably just covered in Yggdra's roots?
Yeah.
That's also true.
It would be incredibly hard to dig here.
I say we get someone to work on how to build something out of stone.
I'll try and make a scaled down model for you to figure out how we can get that to work.
That should work.
Well, Sheila puts her hand on your shoulder.
Hmm?
Well, in case with your flameliness
Uh-huh.
here, we could, build it tall enough for you not to worry about setting the roof on fire in case you do lose a little bit of control or try to cast something. Besides, most seating areas can be made, with leather pillows and carved out of stone, like Yictor suggested. And we can either use what's called clay flooring, or as your friends suggested, stone flooring, by putting down pieces of stone.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's better than nothing, and
And then sealing up the gaps with clay.
Mm-hmm.
it's better than nothing instead of having an accident such as me losing control or trying to cast my magic, setting the whole place on fire.
So we're still thinking tent with stone flooring.
Not a tent. That's unsustainable by the size it would need to be, especially given that he's going to be, having a big family soon.
There's that
So this
audible. There's an
comes-
audible blink to that.
It's already
I think
huge.
This is coming closer to what we considered. What would you call that? You know, like the ruins we saw back in the back in the Valley of Death. What did he call them again? Buildings.
Maybe we can speak with
I mean,
what was the leader of the skeletons again? Fuck, forgot.
Which one? The one from the Boneyard or from the Valley of
Well,
Death?
either or. We could speak with their leaders, and maybe they could give us some information on how those buildings were made.
It's dependent on whether they want to share that knowledge.
True,
Because it
but
seemed like they were a little bit hesitant on that.
at least we could ask.
Fair.
well, I guess we could get that information when we run into them, because I'm sure we're gonna have to talk to them sooner. Wait, no, they contact us. We can't contact them.
Plus, I mean,
Well,
it's
there's
not
always
like
the option of
we're gonna-
seeking them out.
I mean, we know where they're
It's not-
going.
It's not like we're gonna build it right now anyway. This is just for the future.
Yeah.
It's not like you're gonna be here, so for now.
Besides, if we use either the techniques the druids are making with growing, so to speak, the houses, it could also, be slightly flame retarded.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. Living matter is harder to burn than dead matter.
Well, didn't I melt stone?
Yeah, but
Well,
that was kind of what you were going all out.
Fair
That was
enough.
kind of you pushing your power to its limits, wasn't it? Like, I highly doubt that's gonna spontaneously happen when you're upset.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't ask me for advice. I've had situations where it went wrong, but
Igor, I'm pretty sure that was before I became this.
I know.
So, that might be stronger than normal. I'm taking a shot in the dark here on that.
Anyway, unless you're gonna stay here, then it's not exactly a problem for now. We can deal with this later. It's just think about where you're gonna set up and that, and so they don't build any of these little houses there.
Yeah.
I will let
Oh, no.
the locals know about where you want to build. It was up here, correct?
I didn't
Like,
see where Eager
was doing
pinged.
it over here. He was sent over here,
Alright.
like this group of tents.
Was it this spot?
Yeah,
Well, it
yeah.
depends on it depends on which area is more flattened than the other.
Yeah.
Well, the
So-
tree is on a small hill, and then it's like flattened out.
So is
yeah.
this area over here? Is it kind of like flat area pass?
Over here,
These
where I'm pinging right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
I don't-
kind of flat. It's a little bit tilted downward because there's like a hill in the middle of the grove where the trees like grown into, and then there are like these slightly flat circle parts, so to speak.
Hmm.
So would that be like a good area to build this in? Is it flat enough?
It shouldn't take much movement of either dirt or stone to build
Right.
something there.
Yeah. So well, yeah, that's where we're thinking anyway.
Spirit seems fine with almost any spot as long as it's a safe spot. It doesn't involve damaging anything.
You see Sheila quickly, like, walks off.
Yeah.
And starts to talk with some people over there. And you can see a couple of them is just like, oh, right. She's talking with them very, very civil in it,
He's saying they're gonna have to move.
basically.
Yeah.
And they
The new
look
High Chief requests the space you're currently living on.
occupying, since
Yeah.
it was only temporary anyways, where you're living right now.
Damn, we got
There's
a
plenty of space in the back over there.
pretty quick
Or
upgrade
here.
from Chief to High Chief in like an instant.
Well,
Great.
that was pretty
Pretty-
much already confirmed.
Yeah, I know.
like, look at
My
him, he's
brain
already-
didn't process it yet.
Look at him. He's
It's
just got in charge and he's already thrown his weight around.
There's still a lot of room for expansion.
Is there a particular reason why you're trying to make his life difficult?
I'm not throwing any weight around.
I'm just picking on him.
Well, he might not, but someone is doing it for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Wonder who that could be.
I don't call that throwing weight around. That's more using authority.
Well, she is high priestess and the leading druid priestess here. So
And also could be like the wife of the High Chief sometime soon.
Hmm. But she already
she's a
had enough authority on her
candidate
own.
for-
Yeah.
So yeah, she's casting a little bit of her authority around, plus a little bit of Spirits, of course, because why not flounder your husband's power a little bit?
Done this to myself. Anyways.
So
Hmm.
since this is all settled, I'm guessing we're staying here the night.
Mhm.
Then what?
Well, that was the original plan, no?
And then we make our way
yeah,
to the
but
Snapping
I'm
Turtle
just
tribe.
saying. Okay.
That was the plan, wasn't it?
I was just making sure there was all we're all on the same page.
Are we in agreement?
Go resting here and then head to Snapping Turtle.
Sound like a plan?
Yeah. Seems good.
That's good to me.
No objections? Eager? Any objections?
No objections to the plan, but I would ask Avis if you could stay here with Sheila, because it's getting really close for you to going into labor, and I'm concerned that at some point during the travel something might happen that is going to throw a wrench into the plan.
It's okay. We already agreed on this.
Okay, good.
I'll stay behind, but you better not get yourself hurt.
Dude,
Sheila basically takes you over to her little hut for you guys to spend the night, so to speak.
thank
Mhm.
you.
Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible for me to gather some like little pebbles and some soft clay and try and take like a couple hours in the evening to sort of try and reconstruct from memory the kind of structures that I saw in the Valley of Death?
You can try. Certainly try.
What? So there were like buildings that were like all crumbled and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I
but-
can
but
use the
he-
base. I can use the base model of the ruins to build off of.
Weren't they more
Yeah,
like chiseled out of stone instead of stones stacked on top of each other?
It was chiseled blocks of stone fitted together almost perfectly.
Ah, so like bricks.
You could call it bricks if you think that 5 by 5 cubic or cube of a sort of stone is a brick, so to speak.
Yeah, no, these are not baked stones. These are hewn stones.
So out of game pass, did it look like? Would they look like that for us to visualize? Did it look like they were like formed like from magic, or were they like?
You're actually not entirely sure if they were because the precision work were like out of the world, like the way that it had
Right.
smooth edges and all that. Like it was
Right.
out of this world kind of deal.
Concerning
Looked
level of
alien,
perfection
right.
into it.
Mm-hmm. At least
Still,
the
I can try and
pieces
make
of
an
the
attempt.
ruins that were at least somewhat
Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna set up my bedding and stuff out here.
Does Dismas actually fit in the hut? Is the question.
Yeah, probably not.
I think
No,
she
I
has
doubt
to
it.
sleep outside.
Looks at
Yeah.
Dismas, looks at Hut, looks at Dismas, looks at Hut.
I'm fairly certain Dismas is taller than the entire hut.
Yeah,
she
probably.
is. She is.
Should just
And
be
she was
sitting
just like
against the wall on the back, leaning.
Maybe leaning is not the best idea.
Well, I mean, as long as
oh,
it,
the structure is like holding, like its living tree doesn't bend that well.
Oh, it is solid enough to hold her.
Yeah. Like
All
it's like
Yeah, Dismas just a chill
like
320
2
pounds.
feet thick living wood walls.
And it's not like she's putting her entire weight on it, she's just kind of sitting against it.
Sheila comes up to her with woven blankets.
A lot.
It's a few blankets woven to each other.
No,
It's
no,
like
that
one
she
over
like
one knee, one over the other
emergency zone
knee.
together, like F. I don't have anything big enough. Take like a couple of sheet and just sew it together.
Well, if it's not big
Right.
enough, we make it bigger.
She'll take them. Right, thanks.
Just to make sure that you can stay warm during the night.
Oh, I won't get cold. Don't worry.
Still, it's starting to get a little bit cold at night.
Ah, it's nothing.
So there's one other thing that I wanted to ask Avis.
Yes.
Whilst you're here, and it's probably mostly to avoid boredom, maybe you can get one of the woodworkers, if there's any here, to help you begin the recreation process of your loom.
My loom? Why?
Like your weaving tool.
Yeah.
Remember, I still owe one to the weaver back at home.
Yes. Didn't he want me to take a look? He just wanted to take a look at it, didn't he?
Well,
Or
he
make
wanted
use of it
one
sometime?
for himself, and I
Well,
feel like
Well, either to take a look at the one she was using herself, or potentially a new one that he could use himself, so to speak. That's what he wished for, so to speak.
He could take a look, and then he can
wanna look
try
at
making something
the
himself.
metal one, yeah, the one made of copper.
I just have a needle made out of copper. I don't have a
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a
whole
metal
weaving
loom.
station.
No, I know. Oh, he wanted to look at the loom, right? Okay.
Right.
Yeah, the needles he can easily just ask Uka
Right,
to
yeah.
forge.
I'll just give him a look, and that's should be enough.
okay, just trying to keep track of my debts.
Mm-hmm. I'll take care of it. Just make sure to focus on your safety, okay?
I
I'll be
know
checking up on you in your sleep.
that's kind of
That's
creepy,
kinda
but
inappropriate,
I
okay.
mean,
not
as
gonna
in, I'll be
lie.
visiting you in your dreams. I'm not gonna just stare at you somehow
I
like that.
really hope that's the case, because last time you said you were going to do that, I unfortunately didn't encounter you in my dreams. So
You shit bricks.
Hmm? When was this?
well, back you remember back when I had to separate out from you so I can make my way to Awas Aremne to warn him about Whalar. Remember what you said
Yes.
right before I left?
I was busy. Quite busy. There were a lot of things that happened then. Such as, my mom being taken over by an evil version of herself. So
Right.
I was a little preoccupied.
Mental flashbacks.
But this time, I'll be there.
I hope
I'll
so.
I'll keep you updated how it's going with me and my surroundings.
Well, hey, you still at least got this evening with me.
I'm gonna make a good use of this.
Not whilst we're sharing a tent with the rest.
She kind of just stares at you for a moment. What? Did you? Oh, well, that's not what I meant. You know, shut up.
Good comeback. Hit him with
Sometimes
another.
it's just so easy to tease you.
She gives you like an angry look, but you know she's not actually angry.
Come on, you do it plenty to me too.
Anyways, yep, things.
So, are we gonna maybe time skip to dinner?
Yes.
Excellent.
Now the question is, do they allow Spears to still cook for himself, or does he need someone to cook for him as mandatory?
Well, pass.
Well, Sheila actually asked, because she does know that you make fantastic food, but she wants in on it because it's one of the duties as a coming wife is also to help make food for the man of the house, so to speak.
He thinks it over for a sec.
It's
Fine.
just in case that you have too much on your plate and you don't have the time to cook. At least we can help you make sure that you stay, fit.
Fine.
She gives you a smile and a quick peck on the cheek.
When a character really wants to do something, but they can't do it because they left someone else do it for them.
Well, she said that he was welcome to join her with the cooking.
100%.
She didn't, complete.
He looks all sad, and then he perks up when she says that he can help.
Oh, I can still cook? Good.
Perfect.
Like a small child.
Alright.
So, Pass, can I try and make some kind of roll for recreating that miniature? I don't know what it would be in this case.
Excuse me, coming in.
It was
What?
like a little model of the
Yeah, the
old
the
building
the
or
little model of the building. I'm gonna try and present as a design for the building, for Spears' chieftain building.
Well, does anyone have stone shaping or anything like that?
No, that's not a
Stone
tool we
shape
can
is
have
too
yet.
high level.
Oh, okay.
We don't have that unlocked yet.
Well, you do have a little bit of it, but it's really, really primitive. It's like taking another stone and it slowly chip it.
So
So it's
sharpen
some
it.
beginning stone shaping.
I think what Wraith was referring to was the spell.
Yeah, I meant the spell.
Oh, mold earth.
No, stone
Or-
shape.
Stone shape? I think that's too high level.
Yeah, that's too high level. We
Well,
don't have that.
what about mold earth?
That's
Oh,
a
yeah, you
cantrip,
have that, don't you?
but that only works on actual dirt.
Yeah. Do you have that?
You can also convert it into clay, so to speak, and then you can compress it and stuff like that. That's actually how you can use move slash do funky things with earth. It is that you can either
Mold
compress
earth.
it,
Yeah.
mold earth.
So does
Oh wait,
does
choose a
Eager...
portion of dirt or stone that you can see within range, fits within a 5-foot cube, manipulate in one of the following ways. If you target an area of loose earth, you can move it or excavate it and deposit up to 5 feet away. Cause shapes, colors, or both to appear on dirt or stone, spelling out words, creating images, or shaping patterns. If the dirt or stone you target is on the ground, you cause it to become difficult terrain. That's it. Damn.
Yes,
So
you
do you
can't.
have that, Eager?
No, I don't have that. And
Oh, okay.
as per the limits of the spell, you cannot use it to straight up construct something. You can only make something appear on a layer of dirt.
Well, but it was they were saying. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter because you haven't got it. So,
No,
yeah. So
that's why I was kind of trying to make it out of pebbles and clay, soft clay.
mm, pass. What do you think you'd have to roll to? What
Give
would that
me
be? Performance or something?
no, not performance, because that's like showing off, like dance
Yeah,
moves, singing.
Right.
that's a charismatic trait,
Sleight
and
of
I
hand,
feel like
probably.
this might be close to the sleight of hand. I think.
Potentially sleight of hand or construction skill if you have that.
Well, the only construction, quote unquote, construction skill that I have is with the leather workers tools, so and that doesn't
M-
really help in this situation.
Maybe survival.
It's your call, pass.
Roll me a dex check.
Just pure dex.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you
Okay.
guidance.
Uh, I don't think does guidance work on.
Ability checks. Yes.
Okay. No, see, it doesn't roll it.
Yeah, because that doesn't work with the macro only does skills, but you have a
Oh,
22.
okay. Well, there you go. Pretty good.
22. Amazing.
Like you try and rebuild what it is that you saw, but you quickly have to understand you can maybe not build it as tall as they build it with what you're using here. But you can make, like a decent like wall and flooring with what you have on your hand.
Hmm.
So
Huh.
how big is the model
Hang on.
like that
No,
he's making? It's like up to your knee sort of thing. That sort of model.
whoa,
That
no, I wasn't planning on making it that big. I was planning on making it like, like dinner plates size, like not that big. It's just a model after all. Um, I have a little bit of a curious question, pass,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm interested to see whether or not you will allow me to work this in, try and attempt this.
Let me hear it.
So the concept of stone arching is based on the principle of gravity pulling the stones into each other to create a sturdy construction. Can I try and attempt to make some sort of investigation check or something, or insight check, or base intelligence check to try and work that idea out?
What is your construction tag at? Give me a second.
I was gonna say because we would have seen it on these actual like buildings that we saw.
Well, I don't know if they had actual like archway constructions.
They didn't
Well,
have archways.
how
It
so
seemed
they're
like they
just
have
like
like these.
squares.
It was squares, and then they have like at the top a little bit bigger square, wherein there were like this large flat piece of what you guys thought was stone, so to speak.
Yeah, so basically the modern concept of a box structure. This is more like how
An archway.
how like classic churches were built.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Um, you don't really have the tech level really to build it, but you are pushing against an idea.
That's kind of what I was simply trying to do, figure out if there's something I can roll to like try and advance the idea of archway of
Um,
stone archways.
Well, that would rather be upgrading your construction tech, tech level. And that would demand pondering.
So this is like long-term research.
Hmm.
Well, it's okay. I can start on it at this point.
But with you trying also to build this miniature by using a mixture of stone and clay, you are onto something. You're just not entirely sure what.
And the specific issue that I'm running into is that if I build it too high, it starts to collapse.
Hmm. But also that it's very uneven what you're trying to build.
I'm gonna need something smoother.
Because you're like using loose pebbles, they come in all different sizes and shapes, so it gives a very much not a necessarily straight build that has much stability to it.
Mm-hmm. But that's mostly why I try to use the clay to account for the the problem of them sliding off of each other. But that still leaves a very, very bumpy wall and
Hmm.
floor. Well, at least I'm starting to get a basic idea for it.
Hmm. But that's what you're spending the evening until dinner is ready. Is to make a presentable hut, so to speak, made out of clay and stone. The fun part is that clay isn't really used as a construction thing yet, so you are pushing a little bit ahead on something to be a little bit like, hey, we know how to build stuff out of logs, stone, um, a mixture of leather straps and rope to tie it all together, and dirt.
You know, it's kind of difficult to use any of those materials to make a tiny model with loose pebbles. And it's not necessarily that my character thinks that applying massive amounts of clay is gonna work for the actual size building.
Yeah, it would be an enormous waste of
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
material.
He's mostly just using it in order to create a concept. And just he can ponder about replacing it with something more suitable later on.
Well, while Eager's doing that, after I set up my bedroll and that, me and Fang are gonna wander around, uh, just around this like outer ring, so I can take a look at the place without being too
That's
close
not the
to
outer
all the people.
path. There is two other rings outside. What's on the
Oh,
map?
okay. Well, I want to be close enough to see things, but not, but like still kind of away from the biggest crowds,
Fair enough.
and just wandering around, just having a look at what's been happening. Since like even though I was here the day before, I wasn't here for that long.
Hmm.
So instead of being in downtown, you want to be at the outer suburban ring.
Yeah. So there's still people, but not too many people, and I can still kind of look at what's happening.
Well, as you look around, you see people who are working on creating goods of different kinds, like people working on making baskets, pots, and other pieces of pottery. Um, you see people working making wooden utensils and other stuff by sitting and cutting. You see people who are working with stones to make tools with still. You see people who are tanning hides from animals caught, and you also see people who are weaving. So there is a lot of activity going around, and you also hear people call out that there are always something to be bartered for.
And that music is still playing, or is it? It's like kind of different music, but it's like being a constant thing, or is it like died out?
It has died a little bit out after the ceremony was done,
Right.
but there's still like a little bit of music going on, but it's not, as intense as it was earlier.
And it's coming from the main area, not like outside areas, like
Yeah,
around the
it's
tree.
more around the tree,
Right.
so to speak. You also hear a little bit of music being played in some of the outer areas, but that's mostly people who are just sitting and enjoying, some
Just doing their own thing.
entertainment.
Right. Okay. I'm not interacting with anyone, so I'm just wandering around, having a look at everything, seeing what's here now. Yeah, if anyone else is doing anything, then they can go.
Spirits, my boy.
Yes.
Roll for cooking.
Yes, indeed. Roll me cooking advantage.
Excellent. Wisdom. Advantage. Double 19. It doesn't matter.
Equality.
Pick
The fun
Sheila
part
shows she can
is,
keep up with you.
the fun part is that um, this place actually has on something you haven't worked with before.
Oh.
It has
Spirits.
an oven.
Donc quoi?
Oh,
It has a small clay and stone oven built in its small kitchen area.
wow. Spirits is in heaven.
Oh my god, soon we can make stone oven pizza!
New things are being unlocked in Spirits' head. This is a bad thing.
New recipes appear.
He gets an epiphany.
Stares intently at the oven. What is this?
If you like, I can share how it's used.
I would love to learn how it's used.
We got it from a trader who came from up north and east of. I'm not entirely sure where he came from, like tribe-wise.
North, east. Hmm.
Like northeast. I'm not entirely sure.
I'd assume, based on that information, I guess I could make the guess that that's maybe the boar hyena tribe, seeing that they're northeast.
the only tribes that you know of in that direction.
That would be my assumption.
But they could also be farther away.
That is true.
And there could also be
he-
smaller tribes mixed in between.
Um, the fun part is he's not from this valley.
Hmm.
Well, that eliminates the Boar tribe.
Like, you should have seen him. He was so strange.
Strange?
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen a lot of strange things, so maybe a little elaboration.
Well, to be honest, at first we thought that he was a guardian because the way he looked. Um, what would you do if I told you a giant pigeon came?
Sorry.
Damn.
Composure.
She actually starts snickering too as she
I-
says it.
I. A giant pigeon.
Yes.
Hmm.
Wearing clothes. And a small backpack of a different assortment of things, and he even wanted to trade potential other things with us.
That is weird.
It would have been even funnier if Paz had said a tiny little tie.
So it
Like, think of a doe at the size, like, she like points to her like height to her chest, like him at this height,
Mm-hmm.
walking on two legs, having two feathered arms. It was really weird, and he was wearing these strange clothes I haven't seen at all.
Huh.
But he was very friendly.
Hmm.
Had a weird accent though.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, that is weird. I thought I've seen weird things, but no, I think you've taken this one.
And it was able to speak, or
Well,
Yes, he was able to speak.
it offered to trade,
wouldn't he?
so
Like, at first we didn't really understand him because but when we tried to use a more informal common tongue, um, we started to be able to communicate.
no fucking way. Huh. That is
Oh god, now I remember that meme that Paz sent
what meme.
a really, really long time ago of the pigeons marching. Or they were not pigeons, they were parrots.
They're here. Pigeons are here. Fuck. Oh shit. Huh. I guess we might have to see where they're at if we can find them. They can fly, it's probably a lot harder to track.
And no, he could not.
He couldn't wait, he
He
couldn't
could,
fly?
and not really fly, more glide is probably the best word to
Huh.
like, because he had like hands. They were feathered and all that, but it wasn't like really, like a bird. He just looked like a bird.
Wings, hands. It's a weird image to think about. Huh.
Sounds
Believe me,
similar
it
to what
was.
Ericos was.
Hmm?
Sounds similar to what Ericos was, but probably more native to the plane. Or Ilum, or what we first known him as.
I don't. Ilum?
Ilum.
Avis's original companion.
Oh.
Little bird fella. But this one's more different.
I don't think they're related, really.
I wouldn't think so, but they're
Well, Ilum was more
Uh,
crow-like. At
yeah.
least that's what we were led to believe.
Mm.
So how's the food look?
Immediate attention shift.
Tries to get away from the topic of something that could irritate spirit.
Well, as your temper like flares up a little bit, like where your hair like starts, to intensify in its spewing of fire, all lights and fire around you also starts to intense up a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might help with the cooking.
So anyways, the
So
food.
be an angry cooker.
There is a still like a cooking, like a fireplace to cook food in, but there also is an oven where you can see that she has put in um, something kind of mess on a plate inside of it as it heats up. Like, you're not entirely sure what she's made here, but
I feel like I know what this is gonna become. But I'm gonna let Pass cook.
Literally.
Literally.
Like you're doing.
Exactly.
you do see her like grab hold of the plate and like quickly shift it around, as you can see that it's only the most in-facing piece of whatever she is doing to that thing that's inside that seems to get any color.
Hmm. I've never seen this made before.
Again, something we learned from the trader who was here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it.
Well, it smells good.
Has you like taken the aroma? It's a very nutty and sweet smell that comes from whatever she is making.
Mm-hmm.
She's making a pecan pie.
That would be a little bit too advanced.
I know. I'm just joking.
I don't see pecans for miles.
She's making an apple.
You don't know.
Pie
You can look in
because
the
it's a
forest to see if
giant-
you can find any.
She's making an apple pie with the tree, with the apples that come off the tree.
Well, currently the tree can't produce apples for a little bit yet.
Oh, okay.
Remember of the whole Azrakard incident inside the dream.
Oh yes. Okay.
It damaged the tree in the dream, so I don't know if it can produce apples for a good long while.
Right. Forgot about that.
If ever again.
This is also true.
But,
But,
does the tree look like healthy in that?
like the leaves are like this golden color of the tree
It
itself.
would. Is it like the time of year where they would look like that, or is it like
No,
out
no,
of
no, no.
out
They
of
look
place?
like they are gold.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. They didn't look like that before, right?
No, they were, freshly spring
No, normal.
green.
Right.
More like in the autumn.
Yeah, are they kind of like goldish because it's like the time of year? Like
No.
it should be
No,
autumn.
No.
apparently
Oh,
not.
We didn't hit
Right.
we didn't hit fall yet, and because of that, the trees. This is technically not normal.
Right. But other than that, it looks healthy.
Hmm.
Right.
And also, that color change of the leaves happened overnight, so
Yeah.
But as she finishes it off and she like takes it out, it's not very tall. It's like flat and squared what she made,
Mhm.
and she hands it to you. Be careful, it's very hot, but it should taste really good. Try it.
I feel like no matter what
I
he
feel like
touches,
the
if it's
heat
hot,
doesn't.
it's not gonna matter.
I feel like the heat doesn't matter, does it, Pat?
It doesn't. Really doesn't. To be honest.
I touch it, and I take a bite. I try it.
It has this like extreme sweet and nutty, but also like honey taste as you bite into it.
Hmm. Nice. Tastes really good.
Happy to hear.
What is this?
I have been told it's called a nut bread.
Hey, Deacon.
Yeah.
You said you called it. You originally called it.
You actually called it.
I hate the fact that you did, but you did.
It's made by making flour out of nuts, and then you mix it with a little bit of honey and a little bit of water,
Mm-hmm.
and then you like shape it into this and put like a few crushed, not pulverized nut pieces in,
Mm-hmm.
and just bake it.
And I guess you couldn't achieve this over a normal fire. You'd have to use this oven.
It's because it contains the heat better to actually bake it to where it actually sticks together, so to speak.
Hmm.
You're not gonna question how she turned nuts into she turned grain into flour.
Yeah, no, brain's not processed that far.
I would like to point out that they already have a way to make flour, so to speak, by hand. Like they have like hand grinders.
Oh, they do actually have a mortar and pestle.
Not a mortar pencil thing, more like a stone, a flat stone with potentially an indenture into it, and then like a big round rock they like squish.
Like an actual grindstone.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's not very pure flour they make out of it, but they can make a little bit of flour. It takes a while though.
It's what you call whole grain.
Mm-hmm.
Still good though.
Nutted.
Waiting for the day when she invents banana bread.
Let's go, banana bread.
You mean fruit bread first?
Banana is a fruit.
He says he's
Yeah,
waiting
but,
for the day specifically banana bread.
Yeah, but you guys don't have bananas.
Not yet.
You just need to go to
You
the
would
coast.
need to go to an entire different climate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First, we
the-
need
Yeah.
to find
Yeah.
bananas. Then make
yeah. We
banana bread.
first we need to find a fucking jungle.
Yeah.
Alright, conquest for bananas is let's go.
We're looking for the monkey tribe.
That's racist.
My
Wouldn't it be-
effing
wouldn't it be
God,
more-
we're going to get so fucking cancelled now.
I'm dying, goddammit.
How is that racist?
You fucking dick.
How is that racist?
Okay. God, I need to stop taking drinks when you guys fucking open your goddamn mouths.
Impossible.
Fuck you.
Also, you were playing along this time.
Ugh. God damn it. Anyways,
Back to serious.
we now have there's bread now. For everyone.
Yippee!
Wait, how much does Dismas eat?
Seeing how she's twice the size of you, probably twice as much.
Actually, closer to 3 times because she also has a lot of mass that she needs to.
Yeah, let's not forget when size doubles mass cubes.
I didn't need to
It's
hear
more
math
like
today.
3 times.
Sorry, it's squares. When size squares mass cubes. So
I
you
mean-
might be twice as tall, but you're 8 times as heavy.
The good thing is I don't eat, so she can have my part. You just need to add a little bit more to that.
Like for her to eat a full meal, it's like 3 times the normal portion for any of you other guys, except for you, Rife, because you don't eat shit.
You don't eat
Exactly.
shit.
You can, you just don't have to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dismas might need 2 pots compared to my 1.
I'll double check on my features again.
Possibly.
So Dismas basically needs 3 rations a day.
1 ration for her counts as 3 rations for you guys. She can have it, so to speak, that it's 1.5, but she won't be satisfied, and prolonged exposure of it will have her starting to decrease heavily in both weight and potentially starting to hit with exhaustion
And muscle mass.
and muscle
Well,
mass.
good thing you got a ranger that can find food.
Yippee!
And a druid
There's
that
a
can cook
limit on
food.
how much you can procure by the area, I would like to point out.
Yeah.
Good berry.
It's better than nothing.
That's true.
Yeah, she
right.
needs to eat 3 good berries before she's good.
Well, mine are spicy good berries, don't forget.
They're good peppers.
Yeah. Little kick to 'em, that's all.
He makes jalapenos now.
I don't know, what the fuck?
Or Carolina Reapers.
Well,
They're not that
let's
hot.
not go
No,
that
no,
far.
no, 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 no. You're
Oh,
wrong.
no.
It's not Carolina Reapers he's making.
What am I making, Pass? What poor concoctions have you fucked with these poor bastards to take? Or are we going for the very mild heat?
Oh. Dear me, it's flame berries off the fire plane you're making.
Eat up, kid.
Okay, now for our thoughts,
Uh-huh.
what would it be in our world? So we know what we're going off.
Well, if we're going by the spiciness of it, it would be, a really, really hot chili pepper, but not where it like potentially can kill you, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like it's not
So-
like
If we're talking Scoville units, like a jalapeno is at about 7 million. The Carolina Reaper is at 25 million.
I know there's one that is like at 70 million, I believe. But
Like
that's
ghost
like
pepper?
quite.
What's the ghost pepper at?
No, the ghost
Uh,
pepper is lower than the Carolina Reaper.
Really?
Oh, okay.
But
The
but
Carolina
one
Reaper is the hottest pepper in the world.
Anyway.
Natural
But I know
hot pepper.
yeah, a natural. I would like to point out there are synthetic made
Yeah.
that are stronger, which quite literally kills you if you taste them.
Mhm.
Right. So, what are we talking about? We're not worried about what. can kill
It
us.
would
You're saying
be
it can't,
around
so-
a jalapeno in taste.
Okay.
Like it's hot, but
Jalapeno.
it's not too hot.
Okay, it's
Right,
not it's
okay.
not unmanageable.
There's a bite to
Yeah,
it, that's
that-
all.
That's what I said. Right. Jalapeno.
So basically, as we eat them, some of us will be going.
Oh, you guys are talking about these are good.
Well, the thing is, if you're unconscious, that will wake you up.
So,
The
uh,
kick. The kick.
yes, I'm actually curious about something because the whole like heat of a spicy food is chemical based. Would that be something along the lines of poison, or would it be actual fire in this case?
He did say that these are technically coming straight from the fire plane. So
Just asking
are-
because because either Dismas tanks it like nothing else, or she is going to die.
Oh right, your
Right.
problem. I forgot.
Yeah, she don't like fire.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're vulnerable to that shit.
Well, it's a mixture of both, really.
So a
Because
mixture
you
of I'm tanking it and also dying. Cool.
yeah, it's not gonna kill you eating it, but you're gonna feel it like.
You feel the burn more than we do.
You
Because
don't
Yeah.
like spice.
well, the thing is, she herself doesn't really think it's all that spicy because she actually has resistance to fire. However, her black blood is incredibly weak to fire.
Well, you're not pouring it into your bloodstream. You're putting it into your stomach.
So
I had a terrible idea. I'm not going to share with the class for now.
because of Giant's blood says I have resistance to fire, but Regenerator says I have vulnerability.
So maybe if
It
you
cancels.
if you are unconscious and took it, then you just wouldn't like get the healing from that for that round.
Confusing. Anyway, it's not really all that big of a deal.
I
She just
don't-
eats it.
I don't. I wasn't gonna make one yet. I'm not giving anybody those berries just yet. I haven't made any.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. It's just bread.
I'm alive.
Just regular nut bread.
Yeah.
Just eat
just
it.
bread.
Just eat it.
Eat the damn bread.
Shoves it down throat.
Good.
It's like a loaf running through a cutter machine.
Wonder if we have any
Or a
venison we can
chomper,
put this
like
on.
tongue.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
This is fun.
it is.
A nice, relaxing moment before we go deeper into hell.
But guys, I'm thinking of calling it here as you guys, eat and you're getting ready to sleep for the night. If that's okay, because I can feel my voice is about to give out.
That's fine.
That's okay.
That's fine.
A shorter session is not a problem.
We are also missing one of the players sadly today, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uka, we'll
I'm
catch
just
up with
letting
us
you know
next time.
while you guys are eating, I'm still wandering around. I didn't come back to eat because I don't need to.
Well, we know that.
This is a piece of dry meat in between pieces of bread.
Oh dear God. You made it. A sandwich.
But now you got new recipes to experiment with.
Oh yeah.
Past Spears. For
but
example, meatloaf.
guys,
Hmm.
guys,
Mm-hmm.
we're rounding off. Let me
Mhm.
speak.
Mm.
But anyways, thank you for the viewers for joining us today. I hope to see you again in 2 weeks when we will be picking up, because next week I'm having my son's baptism.
Break the baptism.
And I hope to see you here in 2 weeks with this small hiatus coming up. But anyways, I hope you have a good day, good evening, or good night wherever you are. Till next time, see you around. Bye bye.
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 Bye, everyone.
Spirit